Hola, estudiantes. Hola, ¿qué tal? So let's review quickly. Um, chapter 1, and also let's do chapter 2. Okay. Very quickly about chapter 1, what you should know. Okay. Well, you should be able to say your name. Okay. Mi nombre es Marilyn, or me llamo Marilyn. You should be able to express origin. Yo soy de Estados Unidos, yo soy de Nueva York. Also, um, you should be able to say your age, okay? Tengo 15 años, tengo 20 años, etcétera, etcétera. You should be able to, of course, express that you feel good. Estoy bien, estoy mal. And how you spell your name. Mi nombre se escribe. Also, your telephone number. Mi número de teléfono es. And in this new chapter, we are covering the vocabulary that is related to the classroom. Okay, so be acquainted with um, the subjects: español, inglés, matemáticas, economía, ¿verdad? Etcétera, etcétera. Things that you can see in a classroom, okay? The blackboard, la pizarra, make connection with things that you already know. For example, pizza, pizarra. And then you pay attention to the distinction between those two that are very similar, okay? Um, estudiantes, profesor, profesora, um, review, for example, la silla, la mesa, el lápiz, la pluma, la puerta, la ventana, etcétera, etcétera. And remember to express the things that you can see in a classroom that there are. You can use the verb I. Okay, and I means there is and there are. See, hay una profesora, hay unos estudiantes, hay unos libros. Ujú. And then, ¿cuántas clases tienes este semestre? ¿Cuántas clases tienes? Una, dos, tres. ¿Cuántas? ¿Cuántas clases tienes este semestre? A possible answer. Tengo una clase. Tengo tres clases. Tengo dos clases. And then another question. ¿Cuáles son? ¿Cuáles son? Well, son español, economía y ciencias políticas. ¿Sí? ¿Cuál es tu clase favorita? Pay attention to the structure when you are answering this question. Okay. ¿Cuál es tu clase favorita? Mi clase favorita es, and then you mention, okay, your favorite class. Mi clase favorita es. Now, in chapter 1, we learned to express the time. See, and we were saying son las 2 de la tarde, son las 3, son las 12:15, son las 11 menos cuarto, son las 3:30, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Now, we also learned to express at what time something is going to take place. So I can ask, ¿a qué hora es? ¿A qué hora es La clase de economía. And then a possible answer. La clase de economía es, and then I'm going to add, a las 3, a las 4, a las 5, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Okay? So we're able to say the time. We're able to say at what time something is taking place. And now in this chapter, we are going to be able to express when, what day of the week, okay? When is taking place? Well, ¿cuándo? ¿Cuándo es la clase de español? La clase de español es, un ejemplo, example, la clase de español es el lunes, ¿ok? O la clase de arte es el martes. ¿Cuándo es? ¿Sí? ¿Cuándo es? Also, we are able to use the same construction, cuando es, to express when another activity is taking place. So instead of clase, I can use cuando es el concierto, the concert. Cuando es el programa de televisión, ¿sí? Cuando es. And of course, we are able to say qué día es hoy. Hoy es, ¿verdad? Lunes. Hoy es viernes, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Now, sorry, what is important in this chapter is that we are learning how to conjugate a verb, okay? So, what is a verb? A verb is an action, but also there are verbs that are not actions. They are expressing a state, okay? Like, for example, the verb to be is expressing a state. The verbs that are going to express actions are going to be very similar to, for example, estudiar, hablar, tomar, trabajar y viajar. ¿Sí? Now, what do they have in common? The ending. The ending, if you pay attention, you are going to see an A and an R all the time. Estudiar, hablar, tomar, viajar, ¿verdad? And it means that they belong to the first group of verbs in Spanish, okay? Grupo uno, ¿sí? AR, that's the title, okay, of that group. That's the name, ¿verdad? AR verbs. Now, what do? We eliminate the AR, and then now, depending on who is doing the action, I'm going to add another ending. I'm going to plug in a new ending. If I'm doing the action, I eliminate the AR, and then I'm going to use at the end of my verb an O. But of course, I have to eliminate the AR because AR is indicating that that's the infinitive form, the basic form of the verb. Okay? Bien. So, ejemplo, estudiar. So, I want to say that I study. So, I'm going to say yo estudio. Yo estudio español. Hablar. Yo hablo español. Yo hablo español. Trabajar, to work. Yo trabajo en una oficina. Yo trabajo en una escuela. ¿Sí? Yo trabajo en una universidad. ¿Okay? Yo trabajo in a place. ¿Sí? Bien. So make sure that you know how to conjugate a verb. So remember, 99% of the time when you're talking about yourself, your verb is going to end with an O. Okay. If you're talking about he or she and usted, then the ending cannot be an O. Yeah. It has to be a different ending. And for example, let's say Marta. And I want to say that Marta studies Spanish. Marta estudia español. Marta estudia español. Juan estudia español. Okay. Instead of an O, then I'm going to use an A. See? If I'm talking and I'm using the to form, then I cannot use the O, I cannot use the A. I have to use AS. Tú estudias español. Tú estudias español. See? So make sure that you know how to switch. If you're talking about yourself, that's one ending. You must use that ending, that specific ending. And if you are talking about Maria, Juan, or you formal, then you have to change the ending, okay, to an A. Bien, also, if you are included in the action, then you must use the nosotros form. We, ¿verdad? Nosotros or nosotras, if the group is female, all are female, then you say nosotras. If you have a mixed group or masculine group, then it has to be nosotros, ¿sí? Now, nosotros hablamos. Nosotros hablamos. Amos will be now the ending, ¿sí? Nosotros hablamos, nosotros viajamos, nosotros estudiamos. And if you are talking about more than one person, you are talking about they. See? They. So it's plural. Juan, María y Marta. Plural. They. Ellos. So I can use ellos because it's they and it's a mixed group. Ellos. Ellos hablan AN at the end. Instead of O, instead of amos, instead of AS, okay? Ellos hablan español. Ellos estudian español. So, my suggestion is try to study how to conjugate one of those verbs, then learn the meaning of the verb, the action. And once you know how to conjugate, for example, estudiar, then you will be able to easily conjugate trabajar, viajar, tomar, nadar, and all of those that are ending with an AR, ¿verdad? Now, that's when we want to talk about things that we do usually, habitually, all the time, or maybe never. See? If I want to talk about things that I like, then I need to use another structure. Okay? And then I need to use me gusta. The me and gusta, they belong together. And they're going to be like that all the time, no changes at all. because you're talking about the things that you like, okay? That you like to do, okay? I like to do. Por ejemplo, I like to study. Me gusta, together, and then trabajar. And then you use the verb in the basic form, not conjugated, okay? No adding O, no adding AS, no. AR, in the basic form. Me gusta trabajar. Me gusta estudiar. Me gusta viajar. Me gusta hablar con mis amigas. ¿Sí? Bien. So that's to express the things that you like to do. And of course, eventually we are going to keep expanding that. See? And you can talk about the things that your friend likes. Instead of me gusta, then you're going to use le gusta. A mi amiga le gusta estudiar. A mi amigo le gusta hablar. And then the to form, te. ¿Te gusta estudiar? And usually, if you're asking another person and you're using the informal approach, you need to use te. ¿Te gusta estudiar? ¿Te gusta leer? And a possible answer, sí, me gusta leer, me gusta estudiar. Bien. So it's important that you review these concepts, okay? They're extremely important because this is the base, okay? Once you know how, again, and I'm repeating this, once you know how to conjugate a verb, then you can proceed and the learning process will be easier. See? Okay. Before we finish, we learned to say at the beginning of the semester, we learned to say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Remember that question? Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you? And then, ¿cómo estás? Belongs to estar. Okay? It belongs to estar. That's the infinitive. Okay? That's the basic form. When do we use estar? Well, we use estar to express how we feel in a particular period of time. Okay? How we feel. So if you see your friend, you're going to ask, how do you feel? ¿Cómo estás? We don't use the verb ser. Okay? I keep hearing some students saying, yo soy bien, and that's totally incorrect. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? It's not correct. Okay? Ser is used to express your name, okay, and to say that you are something, okay, or someone. In this case, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, yo soy inteligente, yo soy romántica, ¿verdad? Yo soy idealista. Those words are basically defining me. They are not saying how I feel in a particular period of time. You see? So that's basically one of the difference, okay? The differences. Bien. So we are going to use the verb estar to express how we feel, but also to express our location. ¿Dónde estás? Okay, the location. Estoy en Nueva York. Estoy en Estados Unidos, because I'm telling you my location, not where I live, not where I was born. No, I'm telling you where I am in this moment. Okay, my location. So location, location, location. Make the connection. Estar, it's about location. Okay. Bien. Estoy en, and then you need to use estoy plus en. Estoy en, because I need to introduce the location. In, ¿verdad? Or at. Estoy en el salón de clases. Estoy en el salón de clases. Estoy en mi casa, in my house. Estoy en la universidad. Estoy en el estadio, the stadium. ¿Sí? Estoy en la cafetería. So now you're able to express your location. Also, we can expand a little bit more to express that, to be able to express how you feel. So, estoy bien, estoy mal, estoy enfermo, estoy enferma. I'm sick, okay? No estoy bien, estoy enfermo, estoy enferma. Estoy en la casa, estoy enferma. ¿Okay? Estoy bien, estoy en la clase de español. ¿Sí? And the last thing that we're going to see in chapter 2 is numbers. Okay? Numbers from the 31 to 100. Okay? And pay attention. When we say the telephone number in Spanish, we like to combine two digits. Okay, for example, mi número de teléfono es 212-360-4159. You see? So we're combining two digits. And we don't do that when we are saying the year. For example, in English, you like to combine two digits. In Spanish, we don't do that. So we do opposite things, okay? Different things, I mean, okay? Bien. I think that will be everything that we are supposed to learn this in this chapter, okay? Go to VHL, expand what I have presented here, do some activities, and then go back to Blackboard, complete the activities, and complete the quiz for this week. Okay. Now, if you have questions, if you're not understanding the material, email me. Do not allow the material to accumulate. Do not wait until the end of the semester, because now we have time to go back. I can sit down with you and review, help you, give you more extra help, because then at the end of the semester, that will be impossible. So now is the time, okay? Bien, estudiantes, hasta luego, and keep learning. Ciao.